William Shakespeare was born in Stratford-upon-Avon in 1564. He was an English poet, dramatist, and actor, best known, of course, for his dozens of timeless plays. He's often considered the best dramatist of all time, with his works becoming more and more infamous as the years go by. His many works include 38 plays, 2 narrative poems, and 154 sonnets. They were first performed in a small theater and are now performed and read all over the world. William was the youngest of John Shakespeare and Mary Arden's children, after his 2 oldest siblings were lost to the bubonic plague. His father, John, was a glover and leather worker who was elected into several local office positions. Shakespeare is able to go to the local King Edward Grammar School when he was 7 because of his father's high social status. He likely discovered his love for writing while he attended this grammar school. At the age of 18, he married Anne Hathaway. They had their first child, Savannah, several months later. They had 2 other children, Hamnet and Judith. Unfortunately, Hamnet died at a young age of 11 from the bubonic plague. The first publishing of Shakespeare's works is the First Folio, which was published in 1623. His popularity blossomed after the Romantic period and during the Victorian period. He received the praise of poets such as Samuel Taylor, Coleridge, Victor Hugo, and Voltaire. Many of Shakespeare's plays were performed in the Globe Theatre, built by his own acting company in 1599. In addition to his huge contributions as a playwright, Shakespeare gave many awards ranging from 1,700 to 3,000 to the English language. There's also a lot of mystery surrounding his life because there is not a lot of documentation at the time. Because of this, there are 2 periods of lost years that are considered the biggest mysteries about his life. He disappeared in total for more than 7 years. When he was 21 years old, Shakespeare is married with 3 children and living in a small town in Stratford, England. 7 years later, he was living in London as a playwright and part owner of a theater company, and nobody knows what happened in between those 2 time periods. Some fun facts about Shakespeare include that his plays contain 200 references to dogs and 600 references to birds. His name is often signed as William Sheck at the end of his works, and in his will, he appeared to only give his wife Anne a bed, saying, "I give unto my wife my second best bed with the furniture." And there are also a total of 13 suicides in Shakespeare's plays, which is kind of a creepy fact.
To start off our play, King Lear of Britain decides to divide his kingdom among his 3 daughters, Regan, wife of Cornwall, Goneril, wife of Albany, and the youngest, Cordelia. He requests his daughters to declare how much they love him. The eldest 2, Goneril and Regan, respond overzealously with their proclamations of love, but Cordelia just cannot put her love into words, and she doesn't want it to be materialized. As a result, she's banished by Lear, and his land is split between the eldest 2. Lear's advisor Kent attempts to tell Lear he's doing the wrong thing, but then ends up banished himself. The subplot of Gloucester and his sons is introduced. Gloucester's illegitimate son, Edmund, is planning to obtain his brother Edgar's land by cutting him off. Edmund convinces his father that Edgar's plotting against him, and as a result, Edgar flees and disguises himself as the mad beggar, Poor Tom. Lear begins a series of visits to Goneril and Regan, and they tell him to dismiss some and then all of his followers. He lives in a fit of rage into a harrowing storm accompanied by his fool and the disguised and loyal advisor Kent. He meets with Poor Tom, who is like an advisor for him. Gloucester tells his intentions of helping Lear and advises Kent to take Lear to Dover, where Cordelia is with the French army. Edmund then takes this information to Cornwall. Gloucester returns to the castle, and he is accused of being a traitor. His eyes are torn out, and he's banished into the unknown wilderness. In the midst of everything, Cornwall is killed by a servant who is having an affair with his wife, Goneril. Edgar encounters his father, and as Poor Tom journeys with him to Dover, where they find Lear. Goneril's steward, Oswald, is killed by Edgar whilst carrying a letter from Goneril to Edmund. Lear is found in a field with a crown of thorns by Cordelia, and they reconcile. Their reunion is cut short as they are both taken prisoner by Edmund's army. And that brings us to the last scene of the play, Act 5, Scene 3.
Some officers, take them away. Good guard, until their greater pleasures first be known, that are to censure them.
We are not the first, who, with best meaning, have incurred the worst. For thee, oppressed king, am I cast down. Myself else could outfrown false fortune's frown. Shall we not see these daughters and these sisters?
No, 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 no. Come, let's away to prison. We 2 alone will sing like birds in the cage. When thou dost ask me a blessing, I'll kneel down and ask of thee forgiveness. So we'll live and pray and sing and tell old tales and laugh. at gilded butterflies. And here poor rogues talk of court news, and we'll talk with them too. Who loses and who wins, who's in and who's out, and take upon the mystery of things as if we were God's spies. And we'll wear out in a walled prison in packs and sects that ebb and flow by the moon.
Take them away!
Upon such sacrifices, my Cordelia, the gods themselves throw incense. Have I caught thee? He that parts us shall bring a brand from heaven and fire us hence like foxes. Wipe thine eyes, the good years shall devour them. Flesh and fell, ere they shall make us weep, we see him starve first. Come.
That's as we list to grace him. Methinks our pleasure might have been demanded. Ere you had spoke so far, he led our powers, bore the commission of my place and person, the which immediacy may well stand up and call itself your brother. That were the most if he should husband you. Jesters do oft prove prophets. Holla, holla, that eye that told you looked but a squint. Lady, I am not well, else I should answer. From a full flowing stomach, General, take thou soldiers, prisoners, patrimony, dispose of them of me, the walls are thine. Witness the world that I create thee here, my lord and master. Mean you to enjoy him? The let alone lies not in your good will.
Nor in thine, lord.
Let the drum strike, and prove my title thine. Thou art armed, Gloucester, let the trumpet sound. If none appear to prove upon thy head, and thy heinous manifest in many treasons, there is my pledge. I'll prove it on thy heart. Ere I taste bread, thou art in nothing less than I have here proclaimed thee. Sick, oh sick! If not, I'll never trust medicine.
Here's my exchange. What in the world he is that names me traitor, villain-like he lies. Call by thy trumpet that he dares approach. On him, on you, why not? I will maintain my truth and honor firmly.
A herald! Ho, a herald!
A herald, ho, a herald!
My sickness grows upon me. She is not well. Convey her to my tent. Come hither, herald, and let the trumpet sound and read out this.
If any man of quality or degree within the list of the army will maintain upon Edmund, supposed Earl of Gloucester, that he is a manifold traitor, let him appear by the third sound of the trumpet. He is bold in his defense.
Sound!
Again! Are you? Your name, your quality, and why you answer this present summons. No, my name is lost, by treason's tooth and his canker bit. Yet am I noble as the adversary I come to cope.
Which is that adversary?
That speaks for Edmund, Earl of Gloucester.
Himself, what sayest thou to him?
Save him! Save him!
Help! Help! Oh, help!
What kind of help?
Speak, man.
What means that bloody knife?
'Tis hot, it smokes, it came even from the heart of, oh, she's dead.
Who did? Speak, man.
Your lady, sir, your lady, and her sister, by her is poison, she hath confessed it. I was contracted to them both, all three, now marry in an instant.
Here comes Kent.
Produce their bodies, be they alive or dead.
Goneril's dead. Alack, why thus?
Yet Edmund was beloved. This one, the other one poisoned for my sake, and after slew herself.
Even so, cover their faces.
Howl, 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 howl. Oh, you are the men of stones. Had I your tongues and eyes, I'd use them so that heaven's vault should crack. She's gone forever. She's dead as earth. Let me a looking glass. If that her breath will miss or stain the stone, why then she lives.
Is this the promised end?
Or image of that horror.
Fall and seize.
This feather stirs. She lives. If it be so, it is a chance which does redeem all sorrows I have ever felt.
Oh, my good master.
'Tis noble Kent, your friend. A plague upon you, murderers, traitors, all. I might have saved her. Now she's gone forever. Cordelia, Cordelia, stay a little. Ha! What is't thou sayest? Her voice was ever so soft, gentle and low, an excellent thing in woman. I killed the slave that was a hanging thee.
'Tis true, my lord, he did. Your servant Kent, where is your servant Caius?
Edmund is dead, my lord.
And my poor fool is hanged. No, life. Why should a dog, a horse, a rat have life, and thou no breathe at all? Thou'lt come no more. Never, 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 never. Pray you, undo this button. Thank you, sir. Do you see this? Look on her. Look. Her lips. Look there. Look there.
The wonder is he hath endured so long, he but usurps his life.
Bear them from hence. Our present business is general woe. Friends of my soul, you twain, rule in this realm and the Gore estate.
I have a journey, sir. Shortly we go.
The weight of this sad time we must obey. Speak what we feel, not aught we to say. The oldest hath borne most, but we that are so young shall never see so much, nor live so long.
This last scene ties the whole of the work together and brings about many characters and timely ends. Every plot that intertwines throughout the story ties up with the deaths of the treacherous, the pure, and the loyal. Before this scene, there was no hope for love or loyalty, as everyone has either betrayed or was planning to betray one another. But in this, we see the passionate reunion of Cordelia and Lear and just how pure their love for one another was. It sparks hope within the work and shows the true loyalty of Cordelia. Later on, after Lear approaches with Cordelia dead in his arms, he is outraged for a while, then notices the loyal Kent, of whom he is grateful for, then plunges back into madness and dies of grief. In the loveless kingdom, loyalty persisted to the end, only to be usurped following the deaths of Cordelia and Lear. Unlike other Shakespeare's works we have seen, Lear touches the soul by delving into the development and ultimate descent into his madness. He shows raw emotions, as at the beginning he is a valued king and at the end he is just a mad old man. It shows a countless number of emotions and actions ranging from selfless to passionate to treacherous and even diabolical. This is a passionate story of 3 daughters, 2 liars, and a king grown old but not wise.